Why do we suffer? I mean, really, it's one of the biggest questions we've ever asked ourselves. Today, we're not just going to talk about it. We're going to map it out, using this incredible ancient formula as our guide. Okay, let's get right into it. You know, from the moment we show up in this world, we're on this path. We get older, our bodies get sick, and eventually, we die. It feels like this totally unavoidable, unchangeable part of being human. But what if it's not just a fact of life? What if it's actually a problem with a cause? A mystery that one ancient investigator was absolutely determined to solve.
So, first things first, we have to be super clear about what we're actually looking at. The problem isn't just death over here and sickness over there and aging as some separate thing. No, the ancient way of seeing this was way more connected. They actually had a single, powerful word for it, Jarāmaraṇa. It's made of two parts. You've got Jara, which means decay, the whole process of getting older, and then you've got Marana, which is death. The key here is that they saw these not as two different events, but as one single continuous process. It's the ultimate, undeniable suffering that, let's be honest, touches every single one of us.
And listen, this wasn't some high-level abstract idea. The texts get incredibly specific, almost brutally honest about what Jara really looks like. We're talking about your teeth breaking down, your hair going gray, skin getting wrinkled, even the gradual shortening of your life and the decay of your senses. It's a physical reality we all know or will know.
So, when faced with this universal condition, the man who would later be known as the Buddha didn't just accept it and move on. Nope. He approached it like a detective, a methodical investigator who was absolutely convinced he could find the root cause of the whole thing.
And you can tell this wasn't just some cold academic project for him. It was driven by this deep sense of urgency and compassion. He looked around and saw a world stuck in this loop, totally unaware that there might actually be a way out, an escape hatch from this universal problem of aging and dying.
So he came up with a really precise question, and this is the question that kicks off the entire investigation. What has to exist for aging and death to happen? What's the specific condition that causes it? Seriously, this focus on cause and effect is the key to unlocking everything else. Now, the method he used was just brilliant. He decided to work backward. He started with the final result, that's our old friend Jarāmaraṇa, and he traced the chain of cause and effect back, one link at a time, to find the original source. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now.
Okay, so what's the most direct, most obvious condition for aging and death? Well, the first clue is just starkly logical, right? You simply can't get old and die if you were never born in the first place. So the necessary condition for Jarāmaraṇa is jati, birth.
All right, so that begs the next question. What causes birth? This is where the investigation leads to something a little more subtle. The cause is bhava, which we can translate as becoming. And this isn't just about the physical moment of birth. It's the whole ongoing process of forming an identity, that momentum of taking on a particular existence that eventually leads to birth.
And what's driving this process of becoming? Well, here we get to the heart of our own psychology. Becoming is caused by upadana, or clinging, and that clinging, that grasping, is fueled by tanha, which literally means thirst, or what we call craving. It's our own mind's constant wanting and grasping that keeps this whole cycle spinning.
And believe it or not, this chain goes even deeper. The full investigation laid out this whole 12-link chain that you're seeing here. Now, we're not going to break down every single link right now, but the big insight is seeing how it all kicks off with this very subtle factor at the top, avijja, or ignorance. That one condition creates a cascade through everything else, our consciousness, our senses, feelings, craving, all the way down to the solid physical reality of aging and death. It's wild.
So now we have the diagnosis. We've got the complete formula for how suffering is put together. And, the really cool thing about knowing how something is built is that you also have the blueprint for how to take it apart. Let's get to the solution.
The entire system runs on a really simple, universal law of conditionality. Basically, when this thing exists, that thing happens. When this one thing arises, that other thing arises. It's simple cause and effect, plain and simple.
But here's the beautiful part, the part that changes everything. The reverse is also true. When this is absent, that is also absent. When you make the cause cease, the effect ceases too. This isn't just some abstract law of nature. It's the key that unlocks the whole thing.
And you can see it so clearly when you put the two formulas side by side. The logic is just perfectly symmetrical. Just as the presence of one link causes the next one to pop up, the absence of that same link causes the next one to vanish, which leads to this incredible reverse cascade that just unravels the entire chain of suffering.
So the strategic insight here is absolutely huge. You don't have to fight every single link in the chain. To bring the whole structure down, you just have to find that one key piece, the root cause holding it all together, and pull that one out.
So what is it? What's the first domino? After tracing the chain all the way back, the investigation pinpointed one single fundamental condition that starts it all.
The root cause is avidya. Now, this doesn't mean ignorance in general, like not knowing chemistry or something. It's a very specific kind of blindness. It's the lack of understanding of this very formula we're talking about. It's not knowing how suffering works that allows the whole process to get started in the first place.
And there you have it. The solution is a direct consequence of the diagnosis. When that specific ignorance is replaced with clear seeing, that first link is broken. And when the first link goes, the whole chain collapses. The entire mass of suffering just ceases. Not as some act of faith, but as a simple matter of cause and effect.
So how does this actually play out in our day-to-day lives? Well, the texts point to this critical moment right in the middle of the chain. When a feeling comes up, say a pleasant feeling, it's our nandi, our delight and enjoyment in it, that pulls the trigger on craving. That delight, that mindless grasping at feeling good, that is the root of suffering and action moment by moment.
So you see, this ancient formula is way more than just a theory. It's a map of our own inner world. And the question it leaves us with is a really personal one. As you look at this chain, from feeling to craving to clinging to becoming, which of these links do you see running the show most powerfully in your own life?